What's up, guys? It is insanely hot, and today I'm gonna try and install a Sparco Sprint L bucket seat in my 1990 Miata. There's the bucket seat, and here is the PCI bracket mount, and I think it's gonna be horrifically bad. I hope it's not, but we're gonna find out. This thing's been sitting forever, and it makes me so depressed because the last thing I did was wrap it. I wrapped over primer, which is a big no-no, but I did it anyways, and I did a lot of prep work, and I kind of figured I'd have peeling, and as you can see, it's starting to peel on edges, specifically right here. It's pretty bad, which I think I might have wrapped too far back, because I had put undercoating on the fender. They're brand new fenders. Anyways, bucket seat, check out the MR2. We're just getting sidetracked everywhere. Took it for a ride today. Started boiling when I got home. Started boiling coolant. Hasn't done that before. Coolant looks nasty. I did put fresh coolant in it when I got it running after it was sitting 20 years. But I think it's just circulated all the crappy crap in the system, and now it's in my coolant system. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm gonna do a coolant drain, but we're not doing that. We're doing the seat. So I know for sure I'm gonna have to hammer the tunnel right here. I think the worst part out of everything is just gonna be getting the bolts in the upper brackets to the lower brackets. I'm dripping sweat, it's ridiculous here. But so I'm gonna have to bolt the main bracket to the floor, the side brackets to the seat, and then try and put them both together, I guess, underneath the seat like this. I may have to weld the nuts on the bracket. I don't really know. This is gonna be an adventure. I know there's a video on a Sparco Sprint seat, not a Sprint L, which is just gonna make it that much more fun. I am 215 pounds and like 6'2", 6'3"-ish, 6'2" last time I measured. This is the only seat that would fit me and fit in the Miata that I could find on the entire internet. So yeah, it's gonna be an adventure. I've been putting this off. All I need to do is the seat. Well, all I need to do is the seat and the ECU, which is in here, and main things, because this one's supercharged. Jackson Racing M45, right? I think that's what it is. Anyways, seat time. I'm checking this out, and I'm regretting my life decisions already. So basically, I seriously think first off, I need to massage the tunnel so this fits. And then second, I think I'm gonna have to bolt the main down. So I'm not sure yet. This is what I'm kind of thinking. Bolt these with the bracket off, make sure it fits in the seat length, like this wise and this wise. Make sure it fits. Bolt those in, bolt the seat to it, and then just bolt the actual frame in underneath the seat. That might be the easiest way. I really hope it is, because if it's not, I'm gonna have to bolt the bracket in. And I honestly don't know, because I can't get behind it. The seat sits flat against here, so I'm gonna have to come all the way underneath here and try to get to that. And I got somewhat big arms, so I don't know if we'll see. If this sits flat to the seat, I'm big screwed. Anyways, second option would be trying to hold a nut underneath this and tighten this down with the seat in place. So that might be harder than doing that. But like I said, I'm not sure how tight the seat is gonna fit to this pan. So yeah, that's gonna be the first thing I need to figure out. As you can see, the plate is sitting in there flush. First, I tried to dead blow. Didn't really work. Then I just hit it with a hammer. This carpet is just freaking trash, so I seriously don't care. And it's gonna get covered up by a bucket seat, so I double don't care. And eventually I'm gonna tear it out and have to do the floors, because there's like a couple rust holes that I just bondoed and said screw it for now, because I don't really care. Anyways, hit right along this seam, just about back to here. And I did a couple whacks back here too, but mainly this part right here. If you line it up and then just hit right there. I think I might just do a tad bit more, just because I had to slightly push this to line up the bolts correctly. I mean, they don't have pressure, but it could, well, no, it's fine. We're not gonna do that. Okay, anyways, now, I think I'm just gonna set this, I'm gonna put the bolt back in and I'm gonna set the seat in here and try and hold the bracket on the side and just eyeball where I think it's gonna fit. Taking a second to look at this clean, or look, oh my goodness, the heat's getting to me. Look at this seat, the cleanest it's ever gonna be besides the day I got it. Yep, that's gonna get dirty really quick. I just set it in here and I immediately, oh my gosh, this is gonna drive me crazy. Immediately, I don't know what to do. As you can see, it's insanely tight, which I knew it would be. It's the biggest seat that will fit. Anyway, take a look down here. Yeah, can't really see, but that's about as far as I can get in there. So yeah. Yeah, and the problem is I want to sit as low as possible, but if I can't bolt it in, I mean, that's the whole reason I bought the stupid thing. Well, that and the side bolsters to, you know, keep me in there when I'm going freaking skits through the turns. But I might have to raise it up slightly, which would be like really sad because I want it lower so my head isn't scraping. Really don't know what to do here. Okay, so I've been brainstorming and here's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do. Option one. Option one is run 2 front bolts and rely on the harness to keep me and the seat bolted in. Now hold on, hear me out. That's a horrible idea, I know, but I don't know what else to do. Second option, not have the seat sitting so low, use the adjustability factor of it being higher up to maybe be able to get a bolt or 2 in the rear. That's what I'm gonna try first. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna run 2 bolts, and honestly, if I crash this thing, I'm probably gonna die anyway, so whatever. Okay, what I was gonna say is, I don't have the side brackets in, as you can see, obviously, but I don't really know where to put them in, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of how much the bracket sticks out the front, and then I'm gonna put the bracket on my table, and I'm gonna try and line it up like that to hopefully bolt it in the correct-ish spot, just as like a first time, you know what I'm saying. I have this super fun, quirky thing where I have so much crap to keep track of that I put stuff somewhere safe and then I lose it forever. And this is one of the cases. I have these brackets that I was trying to put some cheapo eBay stuff to try and save some money, which obviously didn't work. And I think that this is the hardware they sent with it, which is a little too long, but I know I bought proper hardware from wherever I ordered the racing website that I ordered this bracket on seat off of. I know I ordered hardware, but I don't know where I put it. Don't know where I put it, so I remember putting it somewhere. I don't remember where though, so I'm trying to brainstorm and hopefully I find it. See, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Actually, I'm insane. I put it in there. Why? Okay, anyways, found it. At this point, I am not so convinced that these brackets are made to fit the Sprint L. It is extremely tight, extremely tight. I was able to get all 3 on, except for one. And as you can see, the back's in, right? It's pushing the front completely in so that it won't fit. So you have to like crank it. I mean, you can see how freaking much tension is on it and it doesn't want to move. So I'm like, okay, well I can tighten these up to the end, but then I can't adjust them. But maybe just to get the seat on. This is absurd. This is so bad. That stock seat's looking real nice right now, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm about ready to break down in tears. As you can see, it's on both sides, not even down close to where it needs to be, and the whole freaking bracket is bowing from all the pressure. So, I really am not sure what to do at this point, except for cry. If only I could feel emotions. Ha ha ha, just kidding. I don't know what to do, honestly, I don't. It's actually like really depressing. So yeah, there's an update. All right, so here's what we got going on. Whole entire bracket bent. Both these sides are in. I had to, well, that's not anymore. I had to drill this out because it's so torqued, it won't go in straight. As I was trying to put in this side, I started to cross thread the bolt. So now we're cleaning it up. And this is as far down in the bracket as it will possibly go. So I'm really hoping it's gonna fit all right, because that's like 2.5 inches up. So, but there's enough room for me to get in to tighten the back bolts. So really that's kind of where it needs to be, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, all 4 bolts are in and tightened. My main concern is clearance. These are gonna hit on both sides. Also, bolts are not gonna line up. If they do, I will be very surprised, but I see myself drilling those out in the near future, if this even slides in, if the seat even fits. We're gonna find out right now. It's in, and check it out. It's too freaking tall, but the top does close. It just rubs, so that's awesome. Love it. Basically, it doesn't fit because I didn't account for the mounts hanging off the side, which isn't a whole lot, but it's definitely hitting. So I'm gonna have to take a hammer to it and do some more trimming. But as you can see, it's gonna drop down another inch or less, which will make it sit lower, which will be very nice. But from right here, exactly where it's at, I can fit my whole arm back in here and I can locate the hole to mount it. Very close, it's very tight. I couldn't go back any farther if I tried. So we might actually be in business. I haven't sat in it yet. I'm gonna have to pull it out, pound the tunnel a little bit more, and then hopefully it fits. Please fit. Seat's back out because I realized I had way too much sticking out over the front. And the whole entire bracket needs to move up. So I loosened all 4 of these just barely. And I'm gonna tap right here and just try and move it up roughly about an inch. That should help it clear a lot nicer. I'm actually thrilled to say we are getting somewhere. I don't want to speak too soon, but I've moved it a lot forwards and it's still touching, so I need to keep going more. But I just sat in it, and honestly, I mean, it's over, but it's looking really good. And it's still up a ways. I think I moved the tunnel a lot, but I still think I need more. And also, I think I'm definitely gonna be opening up those holes just because it's bowed in the middle. But the interference here is not bad at all. The seat position where I have it is actually really great. It's leaned back slightly, which I actually kind of like. This is the first bucket seat I've ever installed. So, I mean, this car is my first everything. I bought this car over 3 years ago, $1,500, absolutely clapped. I can't even describe to you how bad it was. I've done everything to it. Everything. And still not done, of course. But yeah, okay. What was I even talking about? Seat's getting closer. Yeah, first bucket seat. It's going good. For what it is, I mean, it's a horrific one to try and make fit. And they lied, because the website said that those brackets would fit the Sparco L. They freaking lied. It does not fit the Sparco L. It is bowing, it's twisting, it's tight as it can possibly be. I don't think I mean, any tighter and it wouldn't fit whatsoever. But we're making it work. And we'll check back in shortly when it's in, hopefully. Okay, so I got it exactly where I think I want it. I locked these in, and now what I'm doing, the last thing I want to do is destroy this insanely overpriced piece of crap mount. Can I just say, I want to say the base was $200 or over $200, and then these sides were $80. Why? I know it costs a lot to cut metal out of on like a CNC plasma cutter, but it doesn't cost $200 freaking dollars. Anyways, and especially when they don't fit, when they said it was gonna fit. But anyway, these are like torqued up mega. torqued up. This one's not as bad because I bent it down. Oh geez, you can see where I'm starting to screw that one up. But anyways, we're this far. We're making it work no matter what. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just bringing this down and carefully, just carefully trying to bend that straight so that the bolt holes match up, because they don't match up. I mean, we've seen this already, but yeah, I think this will help. And also, this sucks. Since I know these are going to be torture to install, I just cleaned this one off. It was rusty, and I'm going to spray WD-40 in the threads just to hopefully make it a little easier while I'm cramped up underneath trying to put them in. So up until about a minute ago, this carpet was actually in decent shape, until I took this to it because I got pissed off because I've been trying to freaking whack it with all my might with that, and it's just not moving. So took a 3-pound sledge to it, absolutely destroyed my carpet. Destroyed, ripped up this entire chunk here. I don't care, I really don't. This will get new carpet. If I ever take the dash out on this thing, I'm doing new carpet. Because I don't know if you know, but you have to pull the dash through the carpet. How freaking cool is that? Anyways, carpet's ruined. All right, this is kind of funny. Not funny at all. I had to hammer it even more. Holy freak. Anyways, I just measured the hole in between, and it is 13 inches across from hole to hole. I just measured this. It's 12.5 inches across from hole to hole. So it's so torqued in a 1/2 inch so. So I got one to start. Or wait, back here. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Scratch. I'm actually losing it. The heat is seriously getting to me. It's not even that hot. It's like 90 degrees. It feels like 110. Anyways, I measured that. It's down here. So basically 13 inches on the car. And then if we look right here, boom. Oh, geez. It's like 12 3/4-ish. So we're really not that far off, because I did get one to start, and I am highly regretting hitting forearms today because it feels like my whole entire forearm got ran over by a truck, and I got a little wound from it. Anyways, plenty of room to drill out. Super psyched about that because I am going to just put a bit in there and push it to the side and just ream it out just slightly on both sides. And that should bolt up, which is going to be so huge because I don't know how many more times I can cram my arm through that tiny little space. Make sure you go ahead and absolutely flame me in the comments, but I don't really care because it's turning out. So I just drilled 2 small holes, and then I used this and just reamed it out, and that looks freaking primo. Like, honestly, I think it's gonna work, hopefully. Gosh dang it. Only the highest of quality here. Please fit. Okay, at this point, I have both the back bolts started, which was tremendous. I think they're a couple of turns in. I really hope so, because since the base is so freaking torqued in every direction, the fronts are still high up. So they need to be pushed down so I can start the bolt. See how high they are? And that's, I honestly, like, I've pounded the freak out of the tunnel. See, there's a little bit of room there, so I know that that's not catching. Yeah, so really, I think my only option is gonna be sit in it to try and push the front down. I don't wanna torque the back down too much because then it's gonna make the front harder, but I also really don't wanna ruin the threads on the back, ripping them out. So I might do a little bit more, try and get the wrench in there possibly, try and tighten them a little bit, sit in it, and then put the front bolts in. Okay, at this point you're probably saying I'm not gonna do this. That's a great idea, but if you need a bucket seat and you're my size, I mean, there's no other choice, honestly, but here's where we're at. Both bolts started in the rear. Front does not line up. Even after reaming the freak out of the rears, I barely even got them started. And yeah, fronts do not fit at all. So if I push this down really hard, because I mean, this one's lifted. This one is tighter and closer. So I think I'm gonna have to ream that one. So basically on both of them, I can get one thread to start, just absolutely shoving all my weight on it and just trying to get it to catch. Even I was using a pry bar to move it over. Anyway, I can get one thread to start. The second I put a wrench on it, pops off. So I really don't want to strip this out. I mean, if I would have bought slightly longer bolts, this was years ago that I bought these. I could run to the store and get longer ones, which I'm honestly tempted to do. Because, like, you can see there's movement. Well, now that's moving a whole lot more. Let's see here. Yeah, it's just hitting the side. It's just freaking, because when it goes over, it goes up. Because the tunnel, but I've freaking pounded the tunnel. Like, I don't know how much more I can go. The whole thing might just freaking start falling apart on me. And honestly, now that it's in, I don't want to take it out, but I think I'm going to have to take it out. Not super excited about that. Anyways, don't buy this. Don't do it. You'll hate yourself. Okay. It doesn't look too bad on video, but my freaking arm is wrecked. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? All 4 bolts are in. I had to pull it out probably since the last video, maybe 4 more times. And I had to remount the holes in different directions. Like in the back, I'd be like, okay, I have to pull it forward to start the thread. I got to pull it out and take a little smidge off of there. Anyways, did that, did both the fronts, took a smidge off the front there and there. But guess what? It's in, as you can see. And I'm so happy. I overreacted a little bit. I mean, wouldn't you? I freaking spent probably $700 on the seat and bracket, and they said it would fit, and it really doesn't fit. But around here, nothing ever fits, so we made it fit. And it's not super tall over the top. I'll show you here. Freaking pop this bad boy over. Let's see here. So I think it's the last bar that wants to rub right there, as you can see. So I'll just have to be really careful. Well, yeah, I know this top's super tight because it's brand spanking new. But yeah, I'm gonna freaking count that as a win. A big fat W. I'm just gonna have to be really careful with that top. As you can see, I already goofed right there. Gosh, this camera sucks. Come on, iPhone, do better. Anyways, it feels really good. I think, honestly, I mean, it's touching the door on both pieces. It's touching the tunnel, squeezing the tunnel. But yeah. Boom. There we go. I mean, that's as comfortable as I'm gonna get. My knees actually have a little bit of room. I can shift, I can steer. My head is below the seat, so it's gonna clear the roof, which is huge because this OEM seat I was rubbing every time I drove. This is awesome. Awesome. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's in. That's what she said. Anyways, holy freak. I think the pain and suffering made the reward that much better. It fits perfect. I couldn't be happier. I mean, if it was down a little farther, I could be happier. But it's honestly perfect. It's really perfect. I can't complain. The door closes. I can put the wheel on and fit absolutely snug perfectly. I tried the harness out. Mint. I mean, seriously. So, basically, if you got to do it, just know that you can do it. But it's going to be painful. You're going to suffer a little bit. And you're going to do a lot of drilling and a lot of bending and a lot of ripping your forearm off. If you're skinny, this wouldn't even be bad. But they just don't fit. Also, I guess what you could do is you could cut your floor out and get the drop pan, and that would make your life infinitely easier. But that requires cutting your Miata and welding your Miata, and I didn't want to do that. I just didn't. I should have, but I didn't want to do it, so I didn't. But I I think I'm gonna have to get a dog hair roller and keep it in the trunk next to my blow dryer. LOL. Anyways, hopefully this video isn't too long. I yap so much. I'm a yapper. But it's so amazing. I'm so hyped with it. Don't worry about the wrap. I'm gonna trim it all up. That was just because. I gotta do is, once I start driving this thing after the ECU, so I'm gonna make a video on this ECU, hopefully. It is a Amp EFI Innovate Motorsports ECU. It was expensive. And I have like a AEM wideband and a couple other things that I gotta install. All this stuff. Oh, the ECU's in the other box. Anyways, it was like 1,200 bucks. And that's really the last big thing this thing needs. Once this ECU is installed, I'm gonna do a remote tune. And if I can't get a remote tune, I'm gonna drive a long ways to get this thing tuned. Hopefully I can get a remote tune done on it. Just a street tune. And then I'm gonna freaking rip it. And then after that, it's just small things. But I'm so hyped. I mean, I can't even explain to you how excited I am. If this video helped you at all, even like informing you to not to do what I just did, give me a like, subscribe, maybe, you know, or dislike if you hated it. I don't blame you, honestly. Just do something. But hey, if you like the Miata, if you think the Miata is kind of cool, give it a like, subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna make more car content, I promise. Okay, goodbye.